gone on, I've moved. I had to move 3 cars while doing that, and I really just want to fix my car. Now that I'm in the place where I am, I feel like I can actually get this project done, and I really want to get it done by summer 2025. I want to take Civ on a road trip down the west coast, host meets along the way, but I need to get her fixed first. Some updates: I have a new door, I have a new rocker panel for her. I have to get it from the mainland, but it's there. Between me and that rocker panel is a BC ferry. That's all. I have a new trailing arm for her. I actually have 2 new trailing arms, and I also have a quarter panel waiting for me on the mainland as well. But just to get her on the road, the most important thing that I need to do is replace the door and the trailing arm first. This thing still drives the way that it is on that bent trailing arm, which I think is absolutely wild, but also just so Civ of her, if that makes any sense. Like, I start this car up and it's like, come on, let's go. What are you waiting for? So I have a lot of hope. I just haven't had a lot of energy. The neighbors are yelling at their dog. Hey, be nice to him. I really want to tackle this door. The other day when I got this hatch open for the first time, it was a bit of a restore hope moment for me, because she's been collecting humidity like Pokemon cards and started molding a little bit on the inside. But if I can open the hatch, that means I can ventilate her. And since I have been doing that, letting the sun hit her and everything, there has been less mold and less humidity. Mold is one of those things that is very annoying to deal with because it spreads so fast. You'll never get rid of all the spores. They're in everything. There's so many different types of mold, and there's just so much to think about when you're dealing with it. It's good to get ahead of it before it starts getting too bad, which I did. Today what I want to do is inspect the door situation a little bit and see how viable it is to get that door off. I did a little bit in my previous videos, but now I'm able to have like a better actual look at her, because every time I have put this car somewhere, it's been against a wall on the side that I need to fix it on. So I haven't been able to have a good straight shot look at it like I do now. I learned that if you keep your car under a tarp, that prevents the car from breathing. Civ started collecting a lot of humidity when I had a tarp over her, and then I took the tarp off, and now she's a lot better. Turns out the sun is important. Kind of need access to underneath here to see what's actually going on. Did that take paint off with it? Honestly, that's the least of my concerns right now. But for the record, no, it didn't. So now you have a better look at the door and what we're dealing with. There's obviously some crunching going on here. It appears to be catching on something. I don't even know if the latch itself is latched into anything. I can see the latch, and I can see the cable that the handle's attached to, and it pulls, but I don't know if it will disengage. I think it's just as confused as I am as to what it's catching on. Why is this still on? Part of my ability to work on this car has been severely impeded by, well, depression, and the fact that I've never done something of this caliber before. I was kind of hoping to work my skills up to that rather than be forced to do it in a situation like this, but you know, we all learn somehow. The thought of cutting the metal, cutting the quarter panel out, it's kind of felt like doing open heart surgery on my car, and I love this car so much that it feels like I'm doing open heart surgery on myself, and that might be an unhealthy attachment, but isn't that what life's all about? Time to go to the shed and find a crowbar or other related instruments. This is my broken side skirt and my moldy sub box, which I took out because, well, it was moldy. It's a great reminder to always seal your wood. I got this from somebody else when I got the car, and it was just, you know, a custom job, because what else would that be? They even put some anime stickers on it, which I thought was very fitting. But yeah, lots of mold on this. I'm really glad that I got it out, because all that will do is breed more mold. I'm gonna end up rebuilding the sub box in its entirety, because what is a Honda Civic without a giant subwoofer? But my main goal is to get her driving and get her on the road. Subwoofer is kind of last priority, but it'll be a side task, that's for sure. I know it's already molding on the inside too. Don't even know if it's worth saving this one, but I mean, it's worth a shot. It was never properly secured in the back there. It was just kind of free roaming around. So you can see all the parts where the plastic is chipped off, where I've like took a corner suddenly and it's smashed across the, that's really funny. That's so Civic driver of me. Voila, her new door and a new window on it too. I'm super stoked. Does this have a door card on it? No, it doesn't, but that's fine because I have one of those. Yeah, brand new door in really good condition too. So I don't have to be too worried about the current door. Now I'm looking for something. I'm looking for a pry bar. I'm looking for a guy in finance. No, I'm not. Finance bros, please stay away. I mean, we've got a hammer. That's a pretty good start. There's a lot of tools in here, but I don't really know what anything is. The intrusive thoughts when holding a hammer. When it comes to pry bars, the number one rule is pretty much anything can be a pry bar if you try hard enough. And if it's sturdy enough. As long as it's more sturdy than the thing that you're trying to pry, it'll be effective. Now this, I know that this is one of those, is this called a stake? What is this called? It looks like a really long nail. I know that this is one of those things that you tap with a hammer. And I have a hammer. This could be used as a pry bar. Since I can't find another pry bar, perhaps I will just go with this. What is my goal? I still don't know. I do want to know what this is stuck on. Because it doesn't seem like it's stuck over here. Even though the whole movement of this car when the crash happened, everything was kind of pushed forward a little bit. This inside trim is kind of pushed that way. So, safe to say the door is probably a little bit that way as well, but I don't know if it's enough to keep it stuck. I can't really... Nice. I'm just one small girl, I can't really bend a ton of metal, but I mean, I sure as hell can try. Here's the other thing. This window pane is probably under some stress, and I'm scared to start bending anything because I don't want that window to shatter. And when I say under stress, I don't mean like it got a bad grade on its assignment. I mean, there's no cracks, but you can very clearly see the side swipe where that guy's tire rubbed along this glass, which is kind of crazy that it didn't shatter and it left a tire mark on my glass. This window seal in here has obviously been pushed up. There's also a little spot here where the metal kind of folded over the glass. I'm worried that if the glass is under any stress, it will crack. It's the last thing I want to deal with right now. This though, I feel like I can do something about this. That's moving. Also gonna release this latch from the inside. If I can get this door open, that would be so baller. I don't know, I'm just kind of figuring stuff out as I go. If you're doing car work, never go on cold metal with steel and just start prying shit. Doesn't really matter here, because it can't get any more broken than it already is. What are you smushed into? I really would like to know where this is catching, and I feel like me doing this is kind of exerting more force that way when it's already crunched that way, which is not ideal. There's definitely a right way to go about this, but I don't know. I didn't go to bodywork school. I'm just a girl with a broken Civic, man. This is kind of cathartic. A few months ago, the thought of that would make me cry. I have so much respect for auto body technicians. Could not be me. Don't have the patience. This is forcing me to learn that patience. Oh. Power of dreams, baby. That's fun. Oh my god! It actually is popping it out.
Move over here. This way.
Right. Oh, my little legs! It's my lens cap.
Hello.
Not really doing much right now.
It's so cathartic though. We should start a body shop.
That's...
I'm beat. I haven't eaten anything today, so.
I ate a piece of bacon in the last 2 days.
Brother, I'm supposed to be the one who's bad at eating here. Oh, Sib. I'm so sorry. Door opens!
Let's see.
Yay! Door open! And it didn't even crunch in the fender. This is honestly like a direct bolt-on. We got the door open. It was a combination of the latch being a little bit stuck on this metal piece and a combination of the trim panel being a little bit sticky. But now I have access to all these bolts and I'm gonna take this door card right off because we have a new door that I can literally just bolt right on. And there's not very much bad damage that I can't straighten out with a heat gun and a mallet, really. It's kind of just, I think this was from us prying on it, to be honest. But yes, major progress today. I'm surprised there's not more damage to any of the unibody or anything, or the pillars. We got some like ruffles, chips texture going on there, but I think that was mostly from us reefing on it. I've got happy feet. Time to put the new door on. All right, we're gonna have to teamwork. This already has hinges on it. Wait. Do you have any grease?
What kind of grease?
Just grease for the hinge pin. Got some red and tacky here. I'm going to put some in the hinge pin before we... Can I just stab it in? Nice. Thank you, red and tacky, my beloved. I think that's a lot. That might be too much. I don't know if that's exactly the right... Automotive bearing and... yeah, if it's good for bearings, it's going to be good for a hinge. Let's go!
Pacing back and forth, I'm a mess again. On the bathroom floor, waiting for it to end. I just planned the funeral, I'm covered in red. But I'm grieving someone who isn't dead. How come every talk turns into a fight? But the illusion of you is still stuck in my mind. You're stupid and I hate you and you're such a waste of time. I think I'm gonna love you till the day that I die. These days I wonder where the time went. Staying up late with no past tense. You took the only thing I had left. Wonder who you're gonna love next.
Why am I getting emotional? I won't need to look out here and see it with a garbage bag over it anymore. I'll actually be able to look at her. This is such a Lex moment. I cry about everything, don't I? It's perilous. I'm using vice grips. She has glass!